private.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
I do. Why not?
Well, good evening. I'd like to thank everybody not only for coming out this evening, but also being here with Aaron and Trish as they share this moment. I would like to thank Aaron and Trish not only for asking me to do this tonight, but also for having your wedding on a Friday night. Because how often do we go to weddings on like a Saturday, and that's your whole day, right? And so now we have a wedding on a Friday, we can still have a whole weekend. So I've known Aaron a very long time, and I have so many stories that I cannot even begin to tell. Aaron's been the source of many laughs, new music choices, weird hobbies, interesting movies, and a perpetual game where we try to be the first to notify the other one of the latest celebrity death. I saved the voicemail of Aaron notifying me of Heath Ledger's death for some time afterwards. But Aaron introduced me to the world of podcasting, which ended up truly affecting my career. And so I owe him a great deal of thanks for that. If I have 10 stories where I look back and I wonder, how the hell did I get myself into this situation? At least 9 of them are because of Aaron. So, Aaron has always been a great friend to me and someone that I've always hoped the best for. So one day, Aaron and I grabbed a coffee, and he started telling me about this girl that he had started dating. And he told me that he was in Hook's Pub one night, and he noticed that a good-looking girl had come in, and so he did the normal thing that guys would do when a good-looking girl comes into the bar, and he avoided eye contact and made sure he didn't pay any attention to her. So when he had gotten up to walk around the bar, when he had got up to walk around the bar, she grabbed his arm, and the first thing that she asked him was how old he was, and after he responded, she said, "Whoa, that's too young." I recognized that day in the coffee house that Aaron was excited about this new girl. So finding that one perfect person can be really hard in our modern world. There are 7 billion people in the world, and 300 million of those are Americans. If you divide that by half, thinking that there's half a male, half a female, that really limits your choices on people. And to think 36% of those people are Trump supporters, that limits them even more. If you bring that down the population of Iowa, Clinton County, and even Clinton, the numbers do get a little more manageable. But even then, you need to find someone that has similar interests, similar dreams, similar hobbies, and that person also has to see those same things in you. Aaron and Trish both lived in Clinton for most of their lives, and to think of all the times that they might have been in the same restaurant, passed each other while driving. Aaron may have even checked out some of Trish's items at Target. Everything boils down to that one moment where you notice the other one across the room and worked up the courage to say something. So we live in a world now where dating is a combination of swiping left and swiping right. Communications become a pattern of cartoon smiley faces and unanswered text messages. And these guys may be one of the last remaining couples to have met each other out in public and taken that chance. And I think they're both really happy that they did. I've really enjoyed getting to know Trish, and right away I saw that she was the perfect match for Aaron. Not only, I think that Trish really brings out the best qualities in Aaron. And it's really fun to hang out with them as a couple. They really yin and yang each other, and as a couple, they're really fun to be around. How often do you find a couple that genuinely brings out the best in each other? And there's real love here. So that's what today is about. It's a celebration and a cementing of the love between these two. So the most cliche verse on love comes from the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Of course, I would rather quote a different apostle named Paul. All you need is love. Love is all you need. You know, it's surprising, but love can actually be written as a scientific equation. I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's C8H11NO2 plus C10H12N20 plus C43H66N1201252, which it comes out as dopamine plus serotonin plus oxytocin. If you were to overdose on any one of those three chemicals, it would cause schizophrenia, extreme paranoia, and even insanity. I think that makes perfect sense when you know that that's love, right? It's scientific. So love is such a weird word, but it is so encompassing. It can also be really confusing because I love my grandma, but I also love cheeseburgers. And so the Greeks did it right, and they broke it down into the feeling they broke down the feeling of love into 4 different words. Agape love is the love that God has for his followers and the love that they have for him. Storge love is the love that parents have for their children. That's the love within a family, and that's where the I love my grandma comes in. Eros love is a physical love. Eros is where the word erotic stems from, and I think that one is self-explanatory. Philia love is the love between equals, the love that one has for their friends. So it's easy to look at your relationship with someone and see the type of love that you have for them. It's easy to use one of those 4 definitions to define your relationship. So with your friends, that's philia love. With your family, that's storge love. And with your tender date, that's eros love. It's much harder to categorize your spouse. The Greeks don't have a specific love between 2 spouses because your spouse is your friend, your spouse is your family, and they're also your tender date. The love between spouses is a healthy mixture of all 4 types of love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. So about a year ago, Aaron was visiting me out in Indianapolis, and I was asking him about Trish and how things were going, and he said that he was thinking about asking her to marry him. And I was like, well, how sure are you? And he said, well, I haven't bought the ring, but I've reserved the hall. That is Aaron Wells. Who rents the hall before he buys the ring? And I didn't think anything of it at the time. So, I don't know about you guys, but I still feel like I'm a high school kid. And so the idea of getting married still seems so adult to me. Even now that I've seen most of my high school friends get married, I've even seen my younger sister get married, I still see marriage as something that happens in the future. Marriage is an adult thing. Marriage is not for everybody. Marriage is a responsibility. It's a promise between 2 people. In marriage, you have to have some maturity. You have to know how to give and how to take, and you have to know how to communicate. Marriage is something that you continually work on, and it'll never be perfect. But you are surrounded by great examples of good marriages that you can always fall back on when you need help and need advice. It's what you make of it. But the great thing is, today is your first day. And it's a brand new start. And knowing both of you, you guys are going to make the most of it. So, before I try and wrap things up, there was a time where, I didn't necessarily think that Aaron was living up to his full potential. And I think it's safe to say that some of us around him wanted him to kind of snap out of it and take advantage of life in the way that only Aaron Wells can. And Trish, you really snapped him out. We've all been to weddings where the couple says, oh, well, he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Well, Trish, you are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm going to end this with some lyrics from a band, They Might Be Giants. I never knew love could be like this. Was anyone else but me surprised? How anything happens is mysterious, and I never knew love could be like this. Biography is all they understand. No semaphore secrets, or just old pretend. And now they are all sleeping, but this keeps us awake. These words they need safekeeping, a promise not to break. I never knew love could be like this. So now, I will now ask both of you, do you, Aaron, take Trish to be your wife, to share your life openly, standing with her in sickness and health, in joy and sorrow, in hardship and ease, to cherish and love forever?
I do.
Do you, Trish, take Aaron to be your husband, to share your life openly, standing with him in sickness and in health, in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love forever?
I do.
So your wedding vows are a formal promise, and this promise should never be broken. Your vows are the start of your new journey together. Aaron and Trish have written their own vows.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so just be loud.
Yeah, the two mics too close together.
Trish, before I met you, my life had no direction. But you showed me just how great my life could be if I refused to settle. From that first moment we met, you made me want to be a better man. So today, surrounded by friends and loved ones, I make this promise. I will always strive to be the best human I can possibly be for you. And I will love and cherish you with all my heart from this day until my last day.
Yep.
Aaron, I made a list of qualities I was looking for in a husband, a lifelong partner. Loves his family, generous, loves children, trustworthy, and wise. All of these qualities I have found in you. It took me a long time to find these all together. I wanted to get past it. Because you have all of these qualities that I consider, the best ones, so you encourage me to be the best I can be as well. I look forward to being your wife from this day until my last.
So wedding rings are a symbol of eternal love. A ring has no beginning, and it has no end. They remind you of who you are, who you've been, and where you're going. Rings are forged by fire. They're made from precious metals, and they forever unite you as a couple, and they symbolize your commitment in marriage. May they always remind you of the vows you have taken. So Aaron, as you place this ring on Trish's finger, say, I am hers and she is mine.
I am hers and she is mine.
And Trish, as you place this ring on Aaron's finger, say, I am his and he is mine.
I am his and he is mine.
So at this point in a wedding ceremony, the couple partakes in a unity ceremony. This usually involves lighting a candle, pouring sand into a vase, and Aaron and Trisha have chosen to not only use this moment to seal their love today, but to continue their promise every year. So in this box, they will each be placing their vow books and a bottle of wine. A year from today, they will share this bottle of wine and they'll replace it with a new one. They will also write each other a letter and they will add it to the box. Throughout their years, this box will continue to fill with their continuing commitment to each other. Aaron and Trisha, you've heard the words about love and marriage. You've exchanged your vows. And you've sealed your union by the giving your rings. I wish you never-ending happiness, and I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Aaron Wells.
So are we following them now or what? Yeah. Are we following these guys or what?
Yes, they go first. You go side. So that side goes, okay? Now come on over here, guys. Ray and Veronica.
And everybody can go outside and